Marcus made $11 in his first 3 months of selling digital products. Not $11,000. Not $1,100. $11. And the worst part wasn't the number. It was that he had followed every single piece of advice the internet had given him, exactly as it was given. This is the story of what actually works in 2026. And the answer is going to make some people very uncomfortable. Most side hustles don't fail because people aren't trying hard enough. They fail because the advice was never designed to help the person receiving it. Marcus watched the videos. He read the guides. He picked a niche, made the product, set up the store, and waited. Nothing happened. Not because the product was bad, because nobody knew it existed. Distribution. You can have the best digital product in the world, the most useful template, the most detailed guide, and if nobody already knows who you are, it will not sell. The barrier is invisible until you hit it. An LUT pack for video editors, a tax calculator for specific businesses, a Notion template for real estate agents. Those people already had audiences asking them for something specific. They didn't build the product and then find the audience. They had the audience first. If you already have people following what you do and asking you for something specific, this is a no-brainer. If that's not you yet, this is not your starting point. And knowing that early saves you months of quiet failure. So Marcus shifted. He stopped trying to sell to strangers and started offering to serve creators. The creator economy was worth $252.3 billion in 2025. By 2026, it's projected to reach $310.4 billion. And when creators become businesses, they start hiring like businesses. Marcus started with thumbnail research for one client. Basic work, a few $100s a month. But here's what he figured out that most people miss. He wasn't selling thumbnails. He was selling click-through rate. And once he understood that framing, once he understood he was selling outcomes, not deliverables, the conversation about price changed completely. A better thumbnail can mean thousands of extra dollars in ad revenue for a creator. The person who delivers those outcomes isn't a freelancer anymore. They're a business partner. But here's the question Marcus sat with for a long time. Why would anyone pay for a thumbnail or a script when they could just use AI to do all of it? And they could. A lot of them do. And you can tell from a mile away which creators are doing that. Because the content feels like content. It fills time without filling anything else. Creating a thumbnail with AI is easy. A/B testing multiple thumbnails every few hours, monitoring click-through rate against the channel average. That is a service. That is a skill. The separator isn't whether AI can do the task. It's whether you can sell the result the task produces. And results require judgment. Judgment takes time to develop. And time-developed judgment is what separates the person making $300 a month from the person making $3,000 a month from the same type of work. Marcus figured this out. The closer a side hustle sits to actual revenue, to the money a business makes or loses, the more it pays. And the further it sits from revenue, the more it competes on price with everyone else doing the same thing. He was starting to understand the principle, but he hadn't yet found where it led. Because the number one side hustle of 2026 is not what most people expect. And the way most people are approaching it is completely, expensively wrong. And what he found when he followed that principle all the way to its conclusion. Which specific side hustles sit closest to revenue, and how to position yourself inside them without credentials or startup capital, is exactly where this story goes next. Because the number one side hustle of 2026 is not what most people expect. And the way most people are approaching it is completely, expensively wrong. Marcus had figured out the principle. Now he needed to find where it lived in the real world. What he found surprised him. Not because the answers were exotic, because they were hiding in the most overlooked places on the list. A local bakery runs a marketing campaign for an upcoming holiday. They spend real money on ads. They get real traffic. And then they sit in a back office surrounded by numbers from Stripe, Google Analytics, Meta Ads, and have absolutely no idea what any of it means. They don't want a dashboard with 17 charts. They want to know one thing. What's not working, and what do I fix next week? Turn confusion into visibility. That's the business model. Most small business owners have data scattered across Stripe, Shopify, Google Sheets, QuickBooks, Meta Ads. None of it connected. Your job is to connect it, clean it, and translate it into a language the business owner actually speaks. Which ad campaign is profitable? Which product has the best margin? Which clients are becoming unprofitable? When you answer those questions, you are sitting directly next to the decisions that determine whether that business grows or shrinks. Number 7 requires a harder conversation. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects employment for information security analysts to grow 29% from 2024 to 2034. Every small company with an online presence needs password managers, two-factor authentication, access control, employee offboarding. You're not making a company unhackable. You're reducing obvious risks and helping them avoid preventable disasters. A realistic range is $1,000 to $5,000 a month once you have credibility. If you already work in IT, security, cloud systems, or compliance, this could be one of the highest value items on the entire list. Email is the one marketing channel where you actually own the relationship. Nothing can disrupt it. It doesn't matter what YouTube decides or what Google does to search results. The list remains. Every business with an email list has one of 3 problems. They have the list, but rarely email it. They email randomly, or their automations are weak. Your job is to build the system. Welcome sequence, abandon cart, lead nurture, re-engagement, launch emails. For an e-commerce store, it means recovering the 70% of people who add something to cart and then leave. Email works because it sits close to money, and the closer you are to revenue, the more you can charge. HubSpot's 2026 marketing data says short-form video leads ROI at 49%. But Marcus wasn't thinking about making clips for $10. He was thinking about something bigger. Most founders, coaches, agencies, and experts have knowledge trapped in long-form formats. Calls, podcasts, webinars, YouTube videos, interviews. What they need is someone who can extract the best moments, rewrite the hook, make the clip understandable in 3 seconds. You can charge between $750 and $2,000 a month per client for this. Someone with genuine taste and judgment can build income fast. MBO Partners reported that in 2025, a record 5.6 million independent workers earned more than $100,000 per year. The business model is simple. Sell judgment. A beginner sells labor. A consultant sells pattern recognition. You're paid because you've already seen the problem before. The more specific the niche, the better the pay. But here's the problem Marcus found with this one. Consulting has almost no startup cost, which attracts a very specific kind of person, someone who never really succeeded at the thing themselves. To make niche consulting work, you need to separate yourself from that crowd fast. You need to show the work, the before and the after, the actual results, not the story of what you know, the proof of what you've done. And then he got to the top 3. And everything he thought he understood about where the real money was got completely rewritten, because the top 3 aren't just closer to revenue. They're the mechanism by which businesses find, convert, and keep customers entirely. And the number 1 side hustle of 2026, the one at the very top of the list, is being approached by almost everyone in completely the wrong way. What he found there changed how he thought about every skill he already had. Marcus had worked through 7 side hustles, each one clearer than the last. Now he was at the top 3, and something about these felt different, not because they were more complicated, because they were more connected to the actual engine of how businesses survive. Bright Local's 2026 survey says 97% of consumers read reviews for local businesses before choosing where to spend their money. Once you start looking closely at local businesses, you realize how many of them are still completely invisible online. Some clinics have the wrong opening hours on Google. Some businesses are literally in the wrong location on Google Maps. Help local businesses get found, trusted, contacted, booked, and reviewed. You optimize their Google business profile, update the photos, clean up the service descriptions, fix the opening hours. People are so chronically online, they forget the real world still exists. Not every business is a SaaS company. Most of them are losing those customers before they even make contact because their digital presence is broken. Online businesses lose money differently. When the landing page is confusing, when the checkout is annoying, when the upsell is missing. Bayer's checkout research puts average cart abandonment at around 70%. Voice over match. There are leaks before the cart, after the first purchase, throughout the entire customer journey. Your job is to find those leaks and fix them. You audit the page, the offer, the checkout, the sign-up flow, the follow-up. When you can directly connect your work to more sales, better conversion, higher average order value, you are not selling marketing anymore. You're selling revenue. Upwork's 2026 In-Demand Skills Report says AI-related skills grew 109% year over year. This is not one niche industry looking for specialists. This is every normal business trying to figure out how to use AI inside the work they already do. And most of them are doing it completely wrong. Nobody needs to pay you $2,000 because you know how to type act as a world-class marketing strategist in a ChatGPT. That's a toy. The toy is free. The real money is in using AI as infrastructure to help businesses replace messy manual work with a tool or a process that actually runs. Most businesses are held together by email threads, Slack messages, and one person who knows where everything is. You help businesses find the repetitive work, map the process, connect the tools, automate the boring parts. Building a workflow where every new lead from a website gets added to the CRM, scored by AI, assigned to the right person, and followed up automatically. Creating a customer support assistant that answers common questions, tags tickets, and sends difficult cases to an actual human. Turning sales calls into summaries, action items, proposals, and follow-up emails, without anyone having to do it manually. Building an internal knowledge base where employees can ask questions and get answers from the company's own documents. If you can turn that random experimentation into actual working infrastructure, you become something very specific and very valuable. You become the person who turns chaos into a machine. In 2026, the people who can do that are going to be very hard to ignore. Marcus looked at the entire list and realized something he hadn't expected. The number one side hustle wasn't new. It wasn't exotic. It wasn't something that required starting from zero. It required taking what was already chaotic inside a real business and making it run. Every skill on this list, analytics, email, content repurposing, consulting, local visibility, online conversion, all of it feeds into the same truth. The people making serious money from side work in 2026 are not the ones who learned the newest thing. They're the ones who got close enough to real business problems to understand what those problems actually cost, and then build something that fixed them. That's not a secret. That's just work, done in the right direction.